percentage point, what was the difference between being down 19 to come back and win this game?
Yeah, well, the first half, I really did think we had some good looks that we didn't knock down. Casey had 3 of them, and he's not going to miss those very often. Yeah, listen, Wisconsin's a really, really good team. That had a lot to do with it. Is the role and the rhythm that they're in offensively. They're just an absolute machine, and you know what they do defensively. That's always been their calling card, and it's a hard team to come back on. And when you're down as many as we were, 19. The one thing I did talk about at halftime is we got down 17 in the second half last year, and we found a way to come back and win that one, I think also in overtime. But it was great to have Juwan back on the floor. We played the big lineup. I thought that gave us some good defensive pop with Juwan at the 3 and Rink at the 5 and Joe at the 4. And CJ, just can't say enough about him, what he did coming off, the confidence that he's playing with, the job that our guys did executing the plays that we ran to try to get CJ open, which is really hard to do, especially against Klesmit and against Chucky. Those guys are so good staying attached, and it's really hard to free up. And then when CJ got gas, we went to Rink, and Rink stepped up. I thought his shot looked good first half. I think he had 2 or 3 of them that hit every part of the rim and bounced out. And Rink's credit, he kept shooting. But just our bench with Juwan, I thought Sam gave us really good defensive minutes and had really good energy out there as well. And, obviously CJ scoring 22. So just a huge win for us. We know what we got coming up on the road with 2 really, really good teams. And we knew the importance of this. So I'm proud of the guys for finding a way to dig in and come back when things were not looking good.
Started making shots in the second half. Felt like the hustle plays, diving for loose balls, picked up too. How much do those 2 things go hand in hand?
Well, they do. I mean, the basketball guys, it's weird how they reward you for making those types of plays, and our guys, diving out of bounds, getting on the floor. Those, winning the 50-50 battle against a team that's really hard to do that against. I thought they did it in the first half, and we got them some in the second. And then when you have to expend as much energy coming back from 19, and then Klesmit gets hot, he hits 2 threes and hits the runner to go up 8 with under 4, and to find a way to get it back. The human nature is we got back in it, just, wasn't our night. And then overtime, went out and, just found a way against a great team. So just, huge win. It's too bad, I've had 2 great wins over top 10 teams, and you don't get to celebrate it. You get 2 days, before we get to go to Illinois and play another really good team. So, we got to bounce back, get back in the gym tomorrow, put a game plan together, and hopefully go out and execute on the road.
How do you explain just the whole, you guys struggle so much on the road, you guys are coming off a bad loss against Maryland, and then you guys are way down tonight, but yet you come back and beat the number 6 team in the country, and now you're 6-0 at home in conference. I mean, how do you sort that out?
Well, it is. Again, getting Juwan back's huge for our team. He does so many things for our group. And if he plays on the road, I think we may have one under our belt, but we didn't. So who knows if we would have got it or not. So, to get him back out there, played him a few more minutes than I would have wanted to tonight, but we just felt like with the importance of this game, we had to have him out there. I hope he responds well in the morning. He'll get a treatment and hopefully be back on the floor. It's guys expended a lot of energy today, and we've had 3 tough, knockdown practices. And I'll say this about the practices we had. Physically, I thought we might be a little bit tired, but they found a way, and I think it gave them a little, not only physical, but mental toughness, with our practices that we had. And, we're going to have to back it off. We got a lot of games in a short amount of time again. It seems like we've had a lot of those this year. But we got to get over this one in a hurry and find a way to play a team that puts you in a lot of difficult positions. They just look at the mismatch and say, all right, we're going to go ISO with you, and they've got really good players to take advantage of that.
Was in it with you.
Best environment I've seen since I've been here, for sure. And they absolutely were a huge part in that win. I think when CJ cut it to 7, when we finally got it under 10, the roof blew off the place, and then we just kept chipping away and finally get the lead. They're late in the game, and, again, our fans were phenomenal. It's great to share these with it. And I thought security did a really nice job of getting Wisconsin off the floor and protecting everybody, and, it was it's great to share that with the fans. They've been a huge part of our home success this year.
When the court storm was happening, I don't know if it's just a couple of guys I saw, but it sort of seemed like they got off quicker this time than they did last time. Is that something you guys kind of instructed them about with Caden Clark? And
that's way above my pay grade. I don't know how they do that stuff.
You guys are down 19, 13 deep into the second half. Did you notice anything different about the way the guys rallied together as far as that? You talk about the mental toughness compared to instances on the road, especially.
Yeah, excuse me, no doubt, Robin. And we jumped them at halftime. I mean, that's about as animated as I've been at a halftime. And, to their credit, they came out and responded. And that's what it's all about. You got to find a way to bounce back when things aren't going your way. We have not done that in the road at all. We're not going to have 15,000 behind us when we go to Champaign in a couple days. So we got to find a way on the road to generate that same type of energy when things aren't going well. As I've said, we've gone the other way when things have gotten tough. And, we're going to have to find a way, and hopefully this gives us some confidence to know that we can do it and knock off one of the top teams in the country after digging a big hole. These are huge games, hopefully for confidence to know that you can make this type of comeback.
Does that spread to other guys when CJ's heating up the way he did?
Well, I'll first of all talk about Casey. Casey, he's not going to have many nights. He doesn't have practices like this, so very few nights he's going to have it. And then CJ just came in and gave us such a lift, and you could just see it. The bench was, going crazy for CJ. He's been such a good leader. I just can't even tell you how proud I am of that kid for everything that he has done to get himself to this point to where he is playing with as much confidence as anybody. I mean, for a couple of those shots, it looked like he was in the gym by himself when he's got a guy draped all over him. And you have no idea how hard those shots are, Wilson. Those are incredible. You agree? Okay, yeah, those are incredibly difficult shots, and he just rising up right now with no hesitation, and we needed him. I mean, we needed a guy to heat up, and it was CJ tonight.
You ever seen a guy be on this much of a multi-game heater like he's on?
Well, I played with Reggie Miller.
Well, I mean, college.
In college. I'll say this: CJ's playing with so much. It's just so much fun to see, and again, he puts the work in, and that's what you love when you see that hard work paying off. It's not like CJ stays. He's always coming in early, first guy in the gym. Coming in extra for afternoon workouts. Again, it's fun to see that hard work pay off.
Wanted all the reps in practice leading into this game. He hits the big three to tie it in regulation, then a couple of really tough buckets in the OT. Could you speak on what he gave you down the stretch?
Yeah. He, again, when CJ got tired, that's really who we went to. We had a nice little ISO at the elbow, to get us going in the overtime, and the little flare that we set and the step back that he hit off of that wasn't a great execution. He just made a hell of a shot, and he missed the one so bad that Bryce was able to get the offensive rebound, so that was a good play.
I think he had 6 free throws over the final 7 minutes.
Yeah, Bryce was terrific. He doesn't get a ton of reps at the one, and he played pretty much the entire second half running the show for us at the one, and just didn't force. That was the thing I was really pleased with Bryce. He didn't force the issue, and he just let the game come to him. Found some guys, got a really nice little pocket pass to Rink for a basket. Found him on a pop. We thought we could get some shots and free him up at the top of the floor with the way they play pick and roll, and he made a lot of really good winning plays, I thought, tonight.
Coach, obviously a lot of ball left before March, but in terms of the big picture with this win and just what this shows about your team and the chance of getting in the field of 68, anything you can offer on that?
No, we're not going there yet. We got Illinois on Saturday, and hopefully we play well. Thanks, guys.